Hello. Так, начинаем запись. Сейчас начнется. Все. Hello, everyone. Today I will lead our meeting. Let me introduce myself. My name is Irina Pai. I am a second-year student of International Open Yoga University. And I'm very glad to see you today. We tune on the wave of Bhava and start our meeting. And I offer you to recall some positive moments from this week, and if you want to share them with us. Who will be the first? And introduce yourself at first and share with your positive things with us. Lina?
Good evening. My name is Lina. I'm a first year student of Aruna second group. And my three positive moments are, the first one is it was snowing last week, and the weather is rather good, and nature in our region, Nizhegorодskая oblast, is very beautiful. Sunsets are also very beautiful. They are full of pink, yellow, and blue colors, and it is very picturesque. Second positive moment is our singing English songs with my children. We study different songs. Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We have learned today Jingle Bells, and I try to learn different English songs with my children. And I think it is the best way of learning English with children. And buying presents for my relatives and friends is the third positive moment. And preparing for Christmas and New Year celebration also.
Do you have a New Year tree in your flat?
Yes, right now I've been redecorating my New Year. For the first time, my children decorated New Year tree, and now I do it second time.
I want to recall how it will and recall Tannenbaum. Tannenbaum at school we study English and Deutsch. Deutsch. And at first I recall Tannenbaum and sing a song about Tannenbaum, the Grün sind deine Blätter.
Unfortunately, I don't know German, but sounds good.
I don't know Germany too, but this word I remember.
I like
Galina.
Sinatra songs very much, and Sinatra means Christmas and New Year for me. And I would like to learn some songs from Sinatra, Frank Sinatra, with my children.
Very good idea. What about you, Paulina?
About me?
Yeah.
I also prepared two presents to my relatives, and I have to prepare two more. And but I didn't decorate my Christmas tree and didn't decorate my home. What was the positive? Oh, this was a week for study. I started studying new sphere. Now it's a secret, but it's so difficult because I'm not a logic. Yes, I'm a philosopher, but it's difficult for me to do these mathematic tasks. And now I start to study this sphere, IT sphere. It's so difficult and so interesting. And I spent all my days only in front of a computer, but it's very interesting and it's very useful, I think. But maybe not. I will speak today about principles of yoga, and I have one thing about it.
Okay, we have a new participant in our meeting, Natalia. Can
Hello.
you introduce yourself?
Second time I with you. Last time I also.
Without me. First time
Yes.
that was without me. Okay.
Yes, I am Nati Parvati, a second year student of Open Yoga University. What three positives. I joined two English mantra lessons, and for 4 months also. And I make mantra practice for my group. Already made a mantra practice for my group. It's the first positive. And second positive is I have a new karma work, such as video recording of a special занятия.
Classes.
Classes, да. Of special classes. And the third positive is practice of mantra yoga. It's very bhava, gives me a bhava and good emotions, positive emotions.
I have had your positive in Russian during. I have had your positive in Russian during you share with them in Russian during your special class yesterday.
Okay.
All these things I have had yesterday.
And I have one more question for Christmas gifts. Can a gift be bad? What do you think?
In my life, as for me, I had such gifts.
Like what?
A big quantity of flowers, roses, and they were a bad quality, and I can't. I saw how they как
Diet.
death. Сказать, не успела я порадоваться им, они сразу же сдохли в таком количестве большом. And this was not a very good gift for me because I felt bad emotions. Yeah.
As for me, is I'm presented with a bad gift, I usually make this gift to someone, another person. If I like it, I just give it to another person. It is very often what I do.
The mother of my husband very often gifted me such presents. Shampoo,
I have the same
soaps.
situation.
In Russian это подарок-передарок.
Подарок-передарок.
Over gift, yes.
For me, it was early when I was a student, I don't have a lot of money for presents for all my friends. So one friend give me the present, and I'll give this present to other friend, but not because it was a bad gift, just because of money, and it wasn't a good situation. And also it was like a practice with fight with my жадность. I thought, oh, I want this chocolate. I will present this chocolate to other person. And finally, it was like, oh, I need chocolate for me too. One present for me, especially for me. I just thinking about a present for my relatives, and I don't know. Maybe it will not be good present.
As for me, on 8th of March, I received a present from my boyfriend, such as ironing board. It was a bad present for me.
First principle of yoga in the present.
It
Okay.
was so many years ago.
But you remember it.
Yes, I didn't know principles of yoga.
Okay, now we know principles of yoga, and today we will speak about it. I recall that the yoga, it is an ancient system of self-exploration and based on two principles. First principle of kindness or no harm, and second principle of common sense, principle of efficiency or reaching goals. And the first questions, I think it is very easy to study about principle, to speak about it, but in usual life, is it easy or difficult to remember about it and use it in your life, ordinary life? What about you, Lina? Can you speak about how you
I do
felt
my
this?
best always to remember about principles of yoga. I try to use them in my work, in communication with, in relationships with friends, with relatives, with my children, with my husband. I think that these two principles are very useful and they can help us be more happy, more healthy, more successful.
How can you understand what is to be kind? To be kind to your children, for example.
To be kind. Being a mother, on the one side, I have to be kind, but on the other side, I have some duties in sometimes I have to be strict with them, but this strictness must be based on kindness.
And what about you, Natalia?
It's very difficult. No, it's rather difficult for me to use the first principle of yoga, but I always remember about first principle of kindness, and I use it in my work. I should be, as a head of marketing department, I should be also strict in in some situation, and with my workers, designers and programmers, which are not sufficient, and they are not успевают все вовремя, в общем. Вот. But I always remember, and if people не всегда доброжелательны, я хочу сказать, with me, I wish them to be happy. It's a difficult practice.
In this situation, yes.
Yes, it's difficult practice, but I make such a practice for 3 years, and it makes me happier, and it gives me positive emotions. And the second principle, yes, I remember about it in ordinary life, and I use it in my work almost, but also in yoga when I prepare for my exams, for example, and so on.
Pauline, how you use principle in your life? Maybe during practice, yoga practice.
During yoga practice. During yoga practice, it's very easy for me because I try to listen my body, and if I feel pain or tired, then I have a rest, and this rest can be during few days, for example, or for a week. It can be also, and after that I continue to have a practice, but not so much like early, not 1 hour, one half hour and half hour practice. But it's not easy in my life to understand where is, because kindness for me it's very close to fealty, to honor, to to be brave, you know. And my reflection, my behavior, I understood that I'm never kind for this perspective, because in this situation we have a lot of image of human behavior, and that's called, so it's good, and this is good, and this is good, but it's not good. It can be bad, and in modern situation, very difficult to understand where is good, where is not good. Now I'm in this complicated situation.
Very hard work.
Yes.
To apply principle in your usual life, as for me. And I can offer you to imagine such situation. You meet a person who smell bad, with alcohol, in a bad dress, and he asks you to give him money. How you will use principle in this situation? What you will do in this situation? Pauline, what you will do in this situation if you meet some person?
I will not give him money. I will just say, I will say, sorry, I don't have cash, or something like this, or just go right.
What you will think? Why you will Why you will choose this way?
I cannot help him. He don't ask me. He doesn't ask me, please help me. I want to be happy. No, he asked me for something other. So I cannot help him. And even he
Maybe he
asked
will
me,
buy something and will happy in this
no,
moment.
and if he will ask me, help me, I want. Yes, I was in this situation, and I can say him, oh, no, now I don't know. Now I will say I cannot help you. Sorry. Now.
Natalia, what about you? Can you imagine this situation? Maybe this situation was in your life.
It were several situations in my life, such as one situation with man near 40 years old, and I said him, you have, you are healthy, and go to work and earn money by yourself. It's a shame to ask me to give you money because I'm woman and you are a healthy man. Second situation was with mm, woman near 70 years old, and I gave her money several times because because um, she was very чистенькая и опрятненькая. Вот.
In a good dress.
Yes, in a good dress and and clean. And I gave her money for several times. And also today I went to a shop, and one man uh, he 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 don't he didn't ask me for money, but I hear alcohol smell, and smell from his dress, and he asked me to give him my phone to call, and I gave him my phone. He was in difficult situation. Сбербанк, в общем, проглотил его карточку, и, в общем, он попросил. He asked me for my phone, and I gave him.
Lina.
I think it's not a secret that in big cities there is such a bad industry of people who ask for money for something else for citizens. And I think we should never give money for such people because we will feed this bad business. Because there are some persons who, after all, take all money from all these persons. But there are some situations that I try to help such people. For example, if some old woman or old man stands near and sell something, stand in the street in a crowded place, and for example they usually sell something from their garden, for example apples, cucumbers, and something like this. They try to earn money in a such way, and I usually buy all these apples, maybe socks, maybe cucumbers, or some vegetables from their garden. So I think in such situation we can help such people. But if they're well dressed and don't smell with alcohol, of course.
I agree with you that everybody should decide what to do in this situation by yourself, because only we can understand what is our own debt duty. Yes, nobody can ask tell you you should, you must. Only myself I can do it. But as for me, I was in such situation a lot of time, and now I realize that in such period, in one period, I can meet this person, such person, every day, no, very often. But after I don't meet them, and in this moment, I understand when I meet them very often, I think that I should to give to the universe, and maybe I'm not very, I don't give something what I can to give somebody, and I don't understand that I should to do it. I greed, жадничаю, да, Полина? Greed, and I don't know, will it help them if I will give him money? I don't think about it, what he will do with my money. I think if I met them, if he asked me, I should give him.
And I met one girl. She said that when you give money, you, Irina, you try to say something. Кто-нибудь меня слышит?
Да.
Да,
Ага.
хорошо
Ирина
слышно.
зависла просто.
Ага. I thought that she stopped, finish speak. Ира.
Да, у меня связь отвалилась, я на телефоне вышла. But I didn't hear what you speak.
I started to speak about my one situation in my life, that girl said that when she gift money to this person, and she give with money wishes to him to change his life, and it's like a kind of magic, and it's not about money, it's more about wishes to change their life.
A good idea, maybe. And what about first and second principle? Why first principle more important than second? What do you think about it? It's easy to understand when you practice Hatha Yoga, yes? But in another sphere, maybe during your work, when we think only about efficiency, about aim, goals, but the first principle more important.
First of all, we must be kind. And if we are kind, we can reach our goals. And if, for example, we make some decisions, first of all, we should think about our decision in the first principle of yoga, if it is kind. And if only it is kind, we can think about our decision with the second principle of yoga. So the kindness is more important than effectiveness in yoga.
Only in yoga? Or in life too?
In life too, yes. So, for example, in Hatha yoga practice, first.
Да-да, давай, Лин. For example, in Hatha yoga practice, what you say?
For example, if we practice Hatha yoga, first of all, we must think if it is good now, if it is good for our body, for our soul, for our mind, if we do or not any harm for our body, and only if it is really good and we do not harm ourselves, we must practice Hatha yoga in a very effective way, the most effective way for this moment.
I agree. When we will do, or well, we think only about efficiency and don't think about kindness, we can do something wrong. And when there is no life, there is no one to achieve the goal. The main is life for us, yes, and we should to save this. We should to save life, yes, and life without kindness to yourself, to somebody, I think it is impossible. What about you, Natasha?
I think that life without kindness is possible.
Possible.
And I met some people very angry, very which are the main in their life was reach goals, yes, and идти по головам.
Did they live a long period?
Yes, they live long period, and they was rather successful in business life.
But we don't know how they will live in another life.
Yes, I don't know how they live in another life, but in social life they are very successful and efficient and so on. But I think in my life I use first principle of yoga because I try to be kind with all people, but I didn't achieve, I don't know, I didn't achieve ответную реакцию, reaction in some time. Sometimes I didn't achieve kind ответную реакцию, вот так. But I also try to, if I see angry or harmful behavior from other people, I think that I wish them to be happy. And it helps me to be kind with them.
Kind
But
and happy too.
it's a difficult practice because my other side of my soul wish them not to be happy.
Yes. It's a hard work.
It's a
Hard work.
It's a hard work, yes. But I try.
You're very good. I wish you как сказать, да, efficiency. I wish you a good result in your way.
To be success in this practice, hard
Yes, I
practice.
wish you a big success in this practice. Paulina, can you share? Have you this hard work in your life?
I have very hard work. I agree with Natalia and with all of you that kindness will save our world. Today, this morning, I was listening one lecture from Sergei Переслегин. Never, никогда не запомню его фамилию. And Sergei Переслегин, he is philosopher and futurolog. And he said that about our society, he said that our society became more and more digital society. And that's true. And he said that digital society is a very rational society, but Anskropolos, бессовестные. And he said that digital society, it's like maximum of this tendency. And he said that when we will build this society, it will be big crisis for all world. It's like when structure of society was changed early, like from gathering to agriculture, from agriculture to industry. It was a big crisis for all world. And now it can be the same or a little bit less. And if it will be less, it's not that it will be without victims. So that's why it's very important to save humanities, save kindness, save life, and these qualities like fealty, be brave, honor, love to your country, to other people around you. It's very, very important right now.
We will hope that we will win and we will save kindness and we will speak about it. Yes, we will teach another people that first principle of kindness is more important than efficiency. But we will not remember or forgive. Ой, почему forgive? Forget about efficiency. And I wish we will happy in such way. And what else? Our meeting is over. Yes, time is up.
Yes.
We will finish. And I wish you big kindness and efficiency. Buy a lot of gifts to your relatives. And let this practice will not difficult for you. And see you next Sunday.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Goodbye. See you next week.